What's going on, guys? I want to really quickly go over how you can structure your workouts in your week. So I wrote down real quick the 7 main movements of the body. Number 1 is squat, and that's going to be mainly a knee dominant movement. Then we got the deadlift. That's mainly going to be a hip dominant movement. Then we got the vertical pull, like pull-ups. I'm going to go over all these in a second. Then we got the horizontal, horizontal pull. All right, horizontal pull. Then we got the horizontal push. You got to even the pulls out with the push. And then we got the vertical push. But we're not done. We got rotation. And then we have anti-rotation or isolation, or you hold something. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 actually. These 8 different types of movements or isolations you want to even out throughout your week. Mostly in our society, we are heavy on the front, typing, writing, our shoulders. So you probably actually want to focus more on the pulls. And then our legs, we're very knee dominant, walking upstairs or walking a lot. So maybe you want to focus more on the hip dominant. But looking over some of these squat and knee dominant exercises, you have 2 different ways of looking at it. You have bilateral, which basically you're on both feet, and then unilateral, which you're on one foot. Some examples, these are just 3 examples each. You got back squat. All right, you got goblet squat, which is a dumbbell or a kettlebell right in front of your chin. And then you got squat jumps. All of those, you're using 2 feet. Then below, you got your split squats. Split squats are great for strength and also good for athleticism. You got your lunges, and you got your one-legged jumps. So you have turtle hops, just one-legged jumps on a box. Those are your unilateral movements. And then you got your deadlifts or your hip dominant. These are also called hinge movement. But you have your traditional deadlift. Some people like also sumo deadlift. You got your RDLs, again, moving your hips back. And you got your kettlebell swings. Now, again, these are all bilateral movements, which means you're on both feet. Then you got your unilateral movements, all right? Unilateral movements, which are single leg RDL. All right, you got your single leg glute bridge, because that's hip movement, that's hip dominant. And then you got your single leg hip thrusters. You could do that on a bench. You could do that, there's some gyms that have machines like that. But those are your hip dominant. I'm going pretty quickly because I want this video to be quick and easy for you to digest for your workout structure. We got vertical pull, so you got obviously the pull up. Now, pull-ups are very crucial. This is one of the, if you see my other videos, one of the things I think everyone should do more often, because I think a lot of people used to do pull-ups back in the day, a lot even in education through school. Nowadays, barely anyone can do a pull-up. So I would recommend a lot of you guys start pull-ups. Lat pull-downs. There's a lot of people who love lat pull-downs. You can go to a gym or use bands for that. Various types of grips for the lat pull-down. And then you got your pullovers or your pull-downs. Now these ones, some people might say is not vertical, but it is, 2 hands, you're going up and down. Same if you're doing a cable, you're going with a cable, you're pulling it down with your back. So it is, bilateral and vertical. And then you got your unilateral vertical pulls, which is your single arm lat pull down, You got your kneeling band pull down, so you're on a knee, pulling down with a band. And some of you guys have ski ergs. You can do a single arm ski erg for your single arm movement. You could also do a bilateral ski erg as well. And then we got the horizontal pulls. So this is gonna be a seated row. All right, this is gonna be bent rows, maybe with dumbbells or kettlebells. And then you got band TRX rows. So those, again, bilateral, you're using both hands. Since now we're pulling, we're up to our upper body. That is a bilateral movement. And then you got your single arm unilateral pulls, single arm bent row, right? Single arm band row. Then you got your single arm landmine press row. The landmine press is with one of these things, right? You put the bar, I'm using a DJI, so my hands on. You put the bar in there, and then you just go ahead and press it with one hand. Those are great. Then we got your horizontal push. Now we're on to our favorites. Now we got the bench press, right? You got med ball press. Some people like to do a med ball press against the wall explosively. That helps with your explosive muscles. And push-ups, of course, push-ups. These are your bilateral, which means both hands. Then you got your unilateral single arm. You got your single arm chest press, whether you're on a bench. This uses a lot of core. You got your single arm band press. This is good for just control and maybe shoulder stability. And then you got your single arm med ball press. These are good for explosiveness if you're a one arm, if you do shot put, if you're a QB, or if you use a lot of things with one arm, very athletic movement. Then you got your vertical push. So this is your military press. This is your seated shoulder press. And this is your incline press. I put a question mark there because it depends on how high the incline is. Some people might say it's more horizontal push, but if it's very high, some new people say it might be a vertical push. So it just depends, and those are bilateral because what? we're using both hands, exactly. And then you got your unilateral. You got your kneeling arm press. These we do a lot with our lacrosse players and our athletes because it's very, how often are we pushing someone at the same time? We're usually pushing them, at different angles or at different times with both hands. So we would like to do the single arm press. Balance, so you're on one foot and you're one arm pressing. So that's a little bit of unilateral on both sides, lower body and upper body. And then you got your landmine press again with the single arm. So instead of a landmine row, you're doing a landmine press. Now let's talk about the rotation stuff. This is your core. This can be your Russian twists. Right? This could be your med ball wall slams. You're slamming against the wall, but you're rotating. This could be your wood chops. You grab the cable up high, you pull it down, grab the band up, down low, pull it high. This is great for core as well. And then you got anti-rotation, which is plank or isolation, where you're not moving at all. So you got your plank or your side planks. You got your Pavlov press, which is a band you're putting in place. You're pressing it out and you're just holding it there. You don't want it to pull it to your side. And then you got the V-sit holds, which are everyone's favorite. So try to add all these 8 into your program while you're structuring your weekly workouts. And this is going to help you not only stay balanced, but reduce your risk of injury because you're working everything at a even balanced way. So try that out. If this helped, give it a like. Let me know that it helped out so I can make more videos like this. And if you want to see something specific, go ahead and put a comment or go ahead and DM me and I'll make that video for you. Enjoy your day and do the best you can today.